Okay, this is going to be my weekly review of NQES of last week's price action. So Monday, what was I thinking? Obviously, Monday longs, Monday open low high close. Monday longs was my idea. I took one entry this day as well. The first entry that I posted, this M45 closure, I took this till this H4 fair value gap. I'll talk about that in a bit. So basically, weekly review. How I did this is, you know, I went through each and every day's price action once again, reviewed it to see if I missed something or not, and what if I missed it, what would have been the best entries for that day. That one as well. I have journaled it all up. So let me start it by showing Monday's daily chart. We are displacing from here, correct? So protected swing, price reaches this objective, this one comes back. If this move back is retracement objective being this internal level, correct? And then this candle here rejects off of this internal level, and there was a H4 relevant swing, opposing swing as well in here. Price was rejecting off of this. I will show the H4 chart in a minute. This is Friday reversal, so I was even sooner than I was long biased on Monday. We're expecting open low high close, off of daily chart. What can I see for draw? One is previous day high, correct? So I refined the draw on the H4 using a little bit, I told that there was a H4 relevant swing in here, correct? From which this was rejecting off. It was this swing, correct? So this market maker sell model got completed after this candle reached this objective. So now price could continue again, finishing this daily retracement to back. Daily retracement to expansion could then continue, correct? So I was long biased on this day. I just did two simple things. I marked out previous day CQ. I used the whole. I didn't use the whole body. I used this lower wick. I just marked it out, and then I just waited for daily profile to align. I wanted to see daily open low high close candle, correct? And I just wanted to sit in that expansion of the daily range. Off of daily chart, one thing I could see this day was previous day high being a draw, but on the H4, this was previous day's high. If you see previous day's high is a failure swing to this H4 bottom is correct? This H4 internal level. So my trade, or rather what I wanted to frame, was this ERL to IRL back inside. That was what I wanted to frame. I used previous day's EQ and daily profile as my confluence to frame 6 a.m. candle till here. There were two entries that were offered in this expansion till this one. I took this one. This is M45 chart. Why did I take M45 chart? Because daily profile was London reversal, correct? London puts in low of the day, price displaces away from it. So I can look for early New York continuation entries to the draw. Since I'm looking for early New York entries, it has to be above M15 time frame, correct? This entry was, I think, right at 6:15 or 6:30 or something of that sort. It was that candle that closed, in which I took so early New York, correct? And this was very clean. There was this H4 M45 internal level in which the daily low was put in. Price was displacing away. This CASD being confirmation that the daily low has been put in and price does not need to revisit this one. I just had to find the daily ranges continuation entry till the draw. That is one shot on kill setup, correct? And I did find this one. I took this very trade till this very draw. I can show my executions as well. Give me a sec. Where is it? Yeah, in here. 2 June 2025, Monday. This very chart. This very chart. This very M45. This very chart. Executions till here. I took this trade. There was one trade that you could have taken even if you missed it. This was that trade. Okay, I think I posted it twice. I posted it. Oh damn, I missed posting the second trade. Or did I? I think I missed. No, I posted it. It is right here. Okay. The next trade was basically 9 a.m. So I forgot to post it separately. My bad. But it was basically continuation entry till that very draw on M5 after 9 a.m. Okay. You can see again lows rejecting price. This entry was 9 a.m.'s established low entry. Again, intermediate term low at that 9 a.m. open makes an opposing run, sweeps out an old low, immediately displaces away. My stop in this case is not on this swing, rather this swing. Why this swing? Because this swing is the established low of the 9 a.m. H1. This M5 closure over this would have been the second entry if you missed this M45 entry. This would have been the second entry, and this is the entry that Sunendra Bhai himself took. Let me show you his executions as well. Monday's trade. Why is my net slow? This Thursday. Yes. Yeah, Monday. This very daily chart. This was the draw. H4 internal level. Correct. He took this very M5 that I showed you. This is 9 a.m. open. 9 a.m. open makes an opposing run. Sweeps out an old low. Again, this was lows being rejected. Another low being rejected. Again, this one aligning with 9 a.m.'s open low high close. Correct. This was the entry that he took till here. So this was his entry. Again, two entries. Well according to our setup. Well according to the model. Again, next day of the daily chart, one thing that I can see is we get closure above this opposing candle, correct, which tells me what, that this move back inside again was retracement, price displacing away, gives closure over here. So this would be my draw eventually till the end of the week. So I just have to align the daily profiles, use previous days EQs, and align the daily profiles in that idea. Continuation longs, correct. This day I wanted to take an entry. It was London reversal profile as well, but I didn't get an entry, not according to the model at least. But there was one thing that I could have seen live on the charts which I didn't see, because what I thought my draw for the day, it was already reached, I guess at 9:30 or something, and I thought I should rather let it go, and I forgot capitalizing. I did not capitalize on another move, so I will talk about that in a bit as well. So basically, this day open low high close idea again, longs bullish for this day. This is Tuesday. Previous day's EQ marked. My relevant levels were this candle's high and this candle's low. Why? Because this would be a lower time frame consolidation, correct? If you see 1, 2, 3 candles in within this candle's range, so lower time frame range. So this was my range low. I wanted to see range low being manipulated and then catch longs till this previous day high. Why just till here? Because there is no other relevant swing on H4 other than this one. The next relevant swing on H4 would be the final objective for which I was talking about of the daily chart, this high. Correct. So I only caught it. I wanted to catch it only till here, and I couldn't get an entry. There was one entry which AM himself took. It was this entry that he took. Again, if you see 2 AM puts in that low of the day, reversal, intraday reversal, so 6 AM directly continues or expands to the draw. So this was London reversal. This was low of the day being put in. Previous day low is previous day EQ is way below. If I can just show it to you, this is the daily slope. Previous day EQ is so below it, correct? So this closure tells me that the daily low is established and price need not revisit it. Now price can just reach its objective that it wants to reach, correct? So this was the continuation entry that AM took. His stop was on this level. uh, I looked back on this day to see if I would have taken it, but I was not comfortable even when I looked at it in hindsight to rather risk on it. So that is why I wrote 6 a.m. H4 reached my draw for the day, it was London reversal, so we could have looked for early New York entries. So if you see, this entry happened right around 6 a.m. correct? So early New York entries could have been looked for as well. AM took this very M15 closure, but that structure is not something that I feel I can trust even after looking at it in hindsight. Correct? That is what I just said. My stop on this closure over the year, I don't trust it that well. So after this, till this draw, there were no continuation entries offered in this price action on M5, M3 around 8:30, 9:30, no entries. So no entries still there. And since I was looking at this H4 chart and this was my draw, I thought my draw is reached. So I will end the day here. What I could have done here was I should have waited to see reaction at this relevant swing, which was previous day high. If price were to give true breakout over here, I could have found some H1 relevant swing in here. The next relevant swing, true breakout over this relevant swing, meaning the next relevant swing would become the draw, correct? So I could have done that. I could have picked some H1 relevant swing in here and traded this 10 a.m.'s expansion till there, which I didn't do. So that is something that went into my weekly review. That is what I wrote. Trade to after 6 a.m. H4 reached the draw. 10 a.m. also expanded, correct? 6 a.m. reaches the draw. 10 a.m. also expands. There was lower time frame true breakout over previous day high, which I could have used to target the next H1 relevant swing and thereby catching 10 a.m.'s expansion. Correct? Aligning the true breakout idea with 10 a.m. open low high close. Let me show you the true breakout once. This is that previous day high which I was talking about. If you see this candle displaces over it. This candle opens up, puts in a low, retests this one, shows lack of willingness to come back inside the range, rather immediately moves away, correct? So that was what I could have done. I didn't do it. So yeah. And aligning that true breakout with 10 a.m.'s open low high close, correct? M5, M3. Okay, let me talk about this in a bit. Let me show you the charts once again. Let's go top down. Monday gives this closure telling me that this move back inside was retracement and this would be the final objective for the week. So I just had to frame daily candles towards here, correct? H4 told me that this was the relevant swing. The next relevant swing was right over here. So I didn't frame anything post here, but I could have done so, correct? 6 a.m. H4 reaches it, 10 a.m. opens up, shows lack of willingness to come back inside, rather immediately displaces away. True breakout over this one, so the next relevant swing becomes a draw, correct? Let me show you on the H1. This is the hourly chart. Daily opens here, daily open low, London reversal. In here, we didn't get any entry still here, correct? According to our model. So after that, 10 a.m. opens up. You can see again very clearly that 10 a.m. opens, comes back down, but shows lack of willingness to come back down inside the range and rather immediately displaces, correct? So that tells me true breakout over this side. Just by looking at this much price action, I can say that there would have been a lower time frame true breakout. I will show that in a bit as well. So if price is showing true breakout over this one, then what becomes the next relevant swing? Looking to the left, this one is already mitigated, not using it. So this H1 swing, this relevant swing, or this opposing swing becomes the next relevant swing, correct? So I just have to frame this candle, this candle, this candle till here, which I could have done. So now talking about showing the true breakout, this is where previous day high is, okay? If you see 10 a.m. this is 10 a.m. open, 10 a.m. open makes a low, there is SMT at this low, okay? 10 a.m. open low into a key level, immediately displacing away this closure over this opposing candle. This opposing candle is very important. Why? Because this closure validates 10 a.m. being open low high close candle, correct? Intermediate time frame profiling of the 10 a.m. H4, and this closure also validates true breakout over previous day high. So instead of using this as entry, you could use this as framework to catch a continuation leg till this relevant swing. This relevant swing is this early relevant swing that I was talking about, okay? Now you can very clearly see that there was another opposing candle with enough of a range coming back inside and then price immediately displacing away. This black line is EQ of this candle from the low of the 10 a.m. till the time we get this closure. Okay, if I mark out EQ from this point to this closure, you can see that this continuation swing that it has formed, it is already way below EQ, correct? So this is 10 a.m.'s continuation entry using EQ logic. Closure over here, this closure happens at 10:45 a.m. So M3 M5 both closes here. So why am I using both M3 and M5 here? Because M5 validates true breakout over previous day high, and this, though this opposing candle is good range etc, M3 is better. Why? Because M3, now do you see, M3 is an intermediate term low, right? Again, lows being rejected, a sign of bullish order flow. This same candle is 9:45 candle, both M3 and M5 close at this very candle. So this would have been an additional entry with my stop over there, partials at this relevant swing, and because 10 a.m. is an expansion candle, let me show you the H4. 10 a.m. has this small of a wick, correct? Expansion candle, so price can expand. We could have used that to our advantage, remove certain at this relevant swing and then hold the rest to 2R. This is one thing that I could have done that day, which I did not do. So I just journaled it up here so that I don't make this kind of mistakes in the next coming weeks. Okay, M3, I was talking about this intermediate term low. Again, this black line is the AQ, marking out from the established low of the 10 a.m. candle till this closure. You can see that this swing is very well within EQ, correct? So using this closure instead of M5 because of intermediate term low, it would have been the better entry, because we couldn't catch 6 a.m.'s expansion till previous day high. This is one that we could have I could have taken, which I did not. Again, if you see, price keeps on rejecting lows even after price reaches the objective. Even if our 2R is not hit, price comes back, rejects a low. Why is this low relevant? Because this low is a low, unestablished low of the higher time frame. In this case, 12 pm's H1 candle, correct? So this becomes a relevant low. Price comes, establishes a low, again immediately displaces closure above this one. Telling me what? Telling me that price still wants to move higher. Not using this as means of entry, but just using this to validate my idea that price still can go to 2R, correct? Again, another series of opposing candles into this fair value gap. This internal level immediately displaces above immediately closure, and in the very next candle we get our 2R. So this is one trade that I could have taken, which I saw today after reviewing the price action. So this is about Tuesday. If we go on to Wednesday, okay, let me read up what I wrote here. Yeah, after 6 a.m. H4 reaches the draw, which was previous day high. 10 a.m. did also expand, correct? There was a lower time frame true breakout over previous day high, which I could have used to target the next H1 relevant singer and thereby catching the 10 a.m.'s expansion. So aligning the true breakout with 10 a.m. OLSC. M3 M5 give the same closure, meaning it both of the two time frames gives closure at the same time, but M5 is better for true breakout and M3 is better for entry, as M3 is an intermediate term low. And this very swing was protected using EQ logic for 10 a.m. H1. I talked about this. So now uh, Wednesday. Let me come from the daily chart. This is NQ, but Wednesday ES would have been the best one to frame. But why did I post NQ's chart? To tell myself again one important thing, saying on the daily chart Wednesday looks a proper up close candle, correct? But the lower time frame price action in here was consolidation at best. It was not an expansion day, right? I will show you that in a bit. So that is what I wrote. Even though the daily is an up close candle on NQ, not on ES. Let me show ES as well. Wednesday's candle is not an up close candle on ES, correct? It is a rather bearish reversal candle. On NQ, it is an up close candle, correct? So that is what I wrote. Even though the daily is an up close candle on NQ, not on ES, the PA inside it could be considered consolidation at best or at most, whatever, correct? In this day, there were, even let me show you the H1 structure, okay? this is how the day looked. Okay, this is Wednesday, this is Wednesday open, this is Thursday open. So this is how the day looked. Does this look like an expansion day? Obviously not, right? So that is why I wrote this day could be considered consolidation at most or at the best, correct? Okay, even if the H1 looks like this for that day's price action on the H1 looks like this, I could have framed two entries. Okay, two entries. Now let me show you what I mean by that. Obviously, very clearly on the daily you see that NQ, on NQ it is an up close candle, but ES is a bearish reversal candle. But still I was choosing ES. Why ES? I will come about that in a bit. Okay, this day there was 8:15 high impact red folder news. Okay, so this candle is 8 a.m.'s hourly candle. This candle is the news driver manipulating it. What this candle does is daily open is here, the daily's unestablished low is here. Okay, driver manipulates below the current unestablished low of the daily candle, displaces away, meaning this driver manipulates as well as puts in the low of the daily candle, correct? This is the hourly chart. Since 8 a.m. manipulates and displaces away, we could have easily got 9 a.m. candle, correct? 9 a.m. open, low, high, close. Till where? Till at least high of the day. Even if on the H1 or on the H4 on the H4 you don't have anything, you could have framed it till high of the day, correct? This candle till here, very simple. So these were the two entries. Let me read it up and then I'll show you the lower time frames. Two entries could be framed of low of the day to high of the day. This was low of the day, manipulation at here, from here framing it till high of the day. Two entries, 8 a.m. H1 manipulation, 9 a.m. distribution. 8:15 news manipulates, so the next driver should expand away from it, and that is what happens. First entry was inside 8 a.m. itself, low risk buy of the daily range. What is low risk buy of the daily range? This is basically one shot one kill setup, correct? This was the first entry. Second entry was the daily range's first stage, meaning the next continuation stage was the second entry. Okay, choosing ES over NQ here because ES was, even ES was weaker, even though this day, in all these days ES was weaker, that is why you see me framing NQ on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, but even though on Wednesday ES was weaker, I framed ES because the opposing candles were of enough range. Important point that I recently came to know about. Okay, I'll show that on the charts and talk about it in a bit. Second entry is the daily's first stage, meaning the continuation after this one. This is the first continuation, this is the next continuation. Okay, let me talk about this after I show you the chart. So this is, let me show you the H1 again. This is 8 a.m. candle putting in low of the day, displacing away. 9 a.m. open till here, correct? This is my hourly separators. 8 a.m. candle opens here, right here, opens up. This is 8:15 manipulates, relevant key level reached, price moving away. Then we get a continuation like this candle. This opposing candle is of enough range, correct? Once price makes an opposing candle, displaces away, closure over here. This would have been the first entry with my stop at this low risk buy, or you can say daily ranges continuation, basically one shot one kill setup till this drop. First entry, again very simply it expands, correct? The second entry would be a little bit tricky, not tricky in the sense, yeah, uh, this is one leg of the daily range, this is second leg. The next proper leg forms right here. Okay, right here, this is the M3 chart, 3-minute chart. 9 a.m. opens here, 9 a.m. open. I wouldn't call this established low, but price displaces away. Then again we get an opposing candle of good enough range into this internal level, price immediately displaces away. Okay, this displacement happens right before 9:30. You can see I have marked out opening price of 9:30 for this candle, correct? This is M3 chart. So this closure happens right before 9:30. validating this swing as protected. Okay, after we get this closure, limit order in this case, I put it as limit, correct? Limit with my stop here, again riding it till here, but because that was a little short of 2 hour, I'm extending the TP till 2 hour. Okay, this was the second entry that I could have taken this day. I didn't frame anything this day because I was looking at NQ and not ES, because I wanted to frame the stronger asset. And if I show NQ, this candle is not of good enough range, so I just didn't see this one on ES that day because I wanted to catch it on the stronger asset. I completely ignored this asset. And so again, that is one thing that I put in my journal in my weekly review as well. So again, this thing that I didn't talk about, correct? 9 a.m. is here, correct? You can call this established low, but I wouldn't call it. Okay, but 9 a.m.'s current low is here, correct? But price is displacing away. We get another opposing run, or rather opposing candles into this internal level, into this key level, immediately closure above. This opposing candle is of good enough range, correct? And when we get this closure, if I mark out the fib tool from the low of this candle till the time we get this closure, you can see that this is the EQ. Okay, this swing is very much below the EQ, correct? So this swing is already protected in terms of this candle's open low high close, correct? Continuation entry using EQ, this swing is already backed by EQ. And since a protected swing is formed just before the driver, just before 9:30 open, what should 9:30 open do? Expand, and that is what it does. Again, good entry, correct? Second entry is the daily ranges first stage. Okay, let me show you the MMX. This is smart money reversal for the daily range, low risk buy. This is first stage, there is no second stage, but okay. Anyways, protected swing formed prior to the driver expands away from it, correct? And that swing is also protected using EQ logic of 9 a.m.'s hourly candle. So this was Wednesday. Two entries which I did not frame because I was looking at NQ and NQ didn't provide me anything. So if I had watched ES, and if I had not been too stubborn about wanting it to take on only the stronger asset, I would have probably taken one entry in this at least. So that is again something to put in my journal and reflect back on. So coming to Thursday, this is NQ again. NQ being stronger asset, I wanted to frame NQ on Thursday. I don't know if I framed. Okay, no entry is there. Let me show you. This is just basic journaling. Okay. Yeah, I had two ideas this day as well. Okay, let me talk about it in depth. This is Thursday, correct? This is Wednesday. I showed two ideas, two entries that I could have taken on ES on this day, correct? The next day, the ultimate draw that I was talking about from Monday gets reached. Thursday actually ends up being an open low high close first, reaches here, rejects off of there, correct? Displaces away from this key level. So that is why it is looking like an OLHC candle right now, but when it was printing, it was first an open low high close till here, and then it's become open high low close off of this key level. Okay. So now talking about Thursday, obviously long idea till here, till the range high. Let me show you the H4. If you see previous day low, which is Wednesday candle, Wednesday's low is a daily internal level, correct? On the H4, we have manipulation of the low of the day, correct? This is a little bit confusing, but this is the 6 a.m. H4. That is the only H4 that you need to see. This candle actually opened first, manipulated this low of the day. There was SMT at previous day low, which was the daily internal level. Okay, opened up, manipulated here, moved, displaced away, reached the objective, and then rejected off of there. Okay, so this was that candle. This is one H4. It is looking at OHLC at the moment, but when it was printing, it was open low, high close till here. Then from there, it was made bearish. It was shifted OHLC. All right. So again, SMT at previous day low, which was daily internal level, daily FVG. So how? I mean, this move up till this objective, it did not offer any entry. I will show you H1 chart, you can see low of the day being very clearly manipulated. This was at that time. Okay, I can't replay, so I have marked this in a way so that I understand when I watch it on the chart. So this candle, see very clearly 8 a.m. opens first, open low first, manipulates here, reaches the objective, correct? Open low high close into this objective. So this open low high close was what I wanted to catch. We had 8:30 news that day. Which day is it? This was Thursday, so we had unemployment claims, correct? We have 8:30 manipulating low of the day. So if this driver manipulates, what should next driver do? Expand to the objective, correct? So that is what the next driver did. In this case, 8:45 itself reached there. So yeah, let me show you lower time frame structure as well. This 8 for 8:30 establishes low of the daily candle and reaches till there. Let me show you M3 structure. This is M3, this is 8 a.m, this is 8:30, manipulates below low of the day, current unestablished low of the daily candle, this one immediately displays away closure over this candle, correct? Price comes back, this candle all of a sudden booms till here, giving no sort of entry. So there was, you can call this low risk buy, but because it didn't give entry I didn't mark anything. So for me it just boomed without giving anything. So again, good day, bias was right, everything was right, profiling, approach, everything was right, but no entry offered at all. So that is also good, that is not a bad thing. Okay, the second idea would be again longs. If you see this day daily is a open high low close, it is a down close day, correct? But still I could have framed, I didn't frame this, okay? I saw this off of hindsight, I didn't frame this live. Second idea also again longs, back to high of the day, okay? Framed off of what? Phases of price delivery. Now let me show you what the idea was and then I will read this to you, okay? After that I will show you this one as well. Again, no entry was offered. This is the daily chart, you very clearly seen it already. Yep. Now this is the hourly chart. This is that 8 a.m. candle which manipulates this one, reaches here, rejects off of this, correct? Relevant swing reached, price manipulating a relevant swing, correct? Phases, think in terms of phases. Expansion into this objective. If this move back inside is retracement, what will price seek as retracement objective? It will seek opposing swing, correct? Opposing swing being this candle. So on M15 it was a proper swing point. I will show it to you in a bit. So price, this you can see that open low into this relevant level, again rejects off of it, manipulating here. The next candle opens up, open high, comes back into this opposing swing, and then again displaces away. So if this is meant to hold, because the retracement objective is already tight, price should immediately displace away, correct? And that is what happens. 10 a.m and 11 a.m reaches back into here. Why? Retracement is a okay, let me show M15 and talk about this there. Alright, M15 much clear. Thursday opens up here. It was this low of the day which was manipulated and I wanted to frame it till here, which I couldn't. After this, again, expansion into this relevant swing, expansion into an objective. So if this move back inside is what? If this move back inside is a retracement, price will seek opposing swings in this case as retracement objective. It was low of the day, correct? Low of the day. That is what I wrote. If this move back inside is retracement, then its objective is opposing swing, correct? Which is low of the day, correct? And this is what I wanted to talk about. Retracement is a continuation signature, meaning that there is one more expansion in the previous direction pending. Previous direction was what? This upside, correct? Expansion to the upside. So there was one more expansion pending in the previous direction. So what becomes a target? High of the day becomes a target, which was this one. What just happened? Okay. Yeah. Retracement being a continuation signature, meaning there is one more expansion pending in the previously expanded direction, which was to the upside, correct? So this becomes my target. So framing this candle, this candle, this candle, this, I mean not framing 10 a.m, but this is just to mark out the H force opening. Framing this till this candle. using phases of price. Okay, now why is this important? I will show it to you on lower time frame. This is M3. Okay, in terms of this MMXM, this is smart money reversal. Okay, this was low of the day, correct? This was low of the day. This was that retracement objective, opposing swing that I talked about. Price manipulates it, displaces away, correct? Price manipulates it, displaces away. 10 a.m. opens here, 10 a.m. unestablished low, 10 a.m. Rejects this low, or rather sweeps it and displaces away. So 10 a.m. established low, correct? This closure is just not that great of an entry to take it till here. So letting this go, and then price comes back, manipulates this low again. There is S&P at 10 a.m.'s established low with ES. Okay, so this becomes low risk buy with intermediate term low, because a low was manipulated. Price immediately displaces above it, not using this closure as a means of entry but as a means of framework to catch it till here. Again, this becomes low risk buy with intermediate term low. The next, again, price makes another opposing run into this internal level, immediately moves away, displaces closure over here. This is the next stage of MMXM, first stage. After this happens, closure over here, there's a new H1 opens, that opens, correct? 11 a.m. opens here, 11 a.m. open, makes an opposing run into this internal level. Price immediately displaces away, closure over here. Again, bullish order flow. Down close candles will support price higher. Down close candle supporting price. Down close candle supporting price. Down close candle supporting price here. Even though this closure looks good, why am I telling that no entry was offered according to my system? Because there is one thing that Sunandan Bhai teaches, correct? That is the protocol for how to deal when price is too high in the range or too low in the range. In this case, too high in the range, so demand what? Demand intermediate term low. If you see, after this intermediate term low was created, there was no other intermediate term low in the leg. And when price has given closure over here, it is super close to this objective. It is like what, this much far, correct? So since my model, or rather my teachings from my mentor tells me to look for an intermediate term low, and since I don't get it, no entry is offered to me, even though this looks good for somebody else. It doesn't go well with my system, so I let it go. But marking this up as journal, correct? Second idea was longs back to high of the day, framed off of phases of price, framing retracement to expansion. 10 a.m. hedge force open low high close, but no entry is offered according to the system. That second stage would have been the best entry if only it had been an intermediate number, correct? This one, if this had swept and low to the left, or if this low itself was swept in here and then another continuation entry was offered, that would have been the best second stage, correct? Well, it did not, so again letting it go. Another day of draw being right, idea being framed correctly, but no entry being offered according to the system. So letting it go. Bias and execution are two different things, correct? Okay, Friday. Friday was an interesting day. Friday, again, this whole of this week I had the right bias except for Wednesday, but I couldn't capitalize on it as much as I liked. Okay, let me talk about Friday. So Friday, what happened was NQ became bigger all of a sudden, and ES became the stronger asset. So framing the stronger asset for long. Okay, what was the draw? The draw was previous day's high. All right. Why? I will talk about it in a bit. Okay, let me talk about it now. This is the daily chart. Manipulation of this relevant swing. Closure over here. Again, opposing close candles into this internal level, or this opposing candle. Again, immediately closure over here. Up close down close candle supporting price higher, correct? Bullish order flow. And then another two down close candles. After looking at this down close candles, most people will think of this as a reversal being framed off of this relevant swing, but still, why am I framing it longs? Good question, no? Let me show you the H4 and tell you why. Okay, this is relevant swing, correct? This is price reaching into this relevant swing, correct? So expansion into this objective, If this move back inside is retracement, what will price seek as retracement objective? It will seek internal level or opposing swing, correct? And very clearly you can see that price reaches an internal level, correct? And then there is SMT at previous day low as well with NQ. NQ takes previous day low, ES does not. ES right at the open, price opens here, immediately moves away, starts to trade higher. Telling me what? Telling me that this low, this internal level is sponsoring another move. So framing retracement back to expansion, correct? I mean framing retracement to expansion back again till this objective. Again, just like I talked about a few minutes back, retracement being continuation signatures. Meaning what? Meaning that there is one more expansion pending in the previously expanded direction, which was to the upside, correct? So another move upside was pending. So I just, again, Asia reversal, so not framing entries before 8 a.m. Okay. Yeah, let me, what just happened? Did I not put the H1 chart in this? Damn, my bad. I did not put the H1 chart, but I can go onto my trading view itself and show. Okay, so this was that chart that I was showing to you guys. Okay, expansion into this objective. This move back, if this move back is retracement, then what will price seek as retracement objective? Internal level, correct? Price tags this, immediately moves away. SMT as well at previous day low. Asia reversal, daily candle opens, immediately starts trading higher. Also this day had NFP, this day had Asia reversal. So again telling me what? To don't not touch anything before 8 a.m, correct? So if you see Asia reversal, and then there was one thing that I was watching right before 8 a.m was this one. This very clearly expansion to consolidation, correct? If consolidation, in consolidation, let's say you are bullish, what would you like to see? You'd like to see manipulation of the lows, correct? Just like how it happened here, and there was manipulation in here as well. Okay, sorry, there was SMT at that here as well. I can show it to you. This lows, correct? NQ makes a higher low, ES makes a lower low, SMT as well. So this is 7 a.m. Again, think of this in terms of driver. There is a driver in the 8 a.m H1, correct? So if price really wants to go there, there is another protected swing formed off of manipulation of a key level just before the driver is released. So protected swing formed before driver, what's the driver do? Expand away, correct? But since we have a protocol to not trade before NFP release, I wouldn't touch anything in there. After this is where NFP hits the market again. Sorry, established reversal or protected swing being formed before driver release. What should driver do? Driver should expand, correct? So the next entry that price offers was, if I show you from this 8:30 onwards till previous day high, this is M15 chart. Okay, let me go to M5. I wouldn't touch anything in here. This one okay-ish, but not that great. It is better on M3. M3 is better. You can see that 930 is right here, correct? Another driver. So opposing run. If there is one thing that I didn't like about it was this candle low and this candle low, they are equal lows. Let's say if this candle was a swing point, if this was a swing low, this very closure I would have definitely taken. Okay, this equal lows made me hesitate for a second. Alright, that is why I didn't take this. I saw this live. I can show you that I will proof of how I saw this live. And there was another reason why I didn't take this live was at this very moment when 930 immediately gives this closure above this opposing candles, NQ was just trading lower like this. NQ takes this out as well. NQ was trading like this, so I was a little skeptical watching the weaker asset. Correct. That is one thing, that is another reason why I didn't take this. If you ignore those things, this would have been the best entry right about 2 hour till previous day high. Correct. Now let me talk about what I wrote about this one. ES had become stronger on this day over NQ. I did see one entry on M3 which was validated by 9:30. I should have taken it. Why I didn't take this? Because the sweep wasn't of a swing low but of equal lows. I talked about it a few seconds back. The sweep wasn't much deep. It was like maybe what, 1-2 ticks, just one tick. Correct. The sweep wasn't too deep. NQ was going lower when this closure happened, meaning NQ kept doing this. Why I should have taken it? Okay, because this is a swing validated by the driver. Most important point. Correct. Driver validates it, meaning driver 9:30 gives this closure. Correct. This is 9:30. 9:30 gives this closure. Driver validates it, and NQ was the weaker asset here, so makes sense that it was doing that kind of batamizi. All right. So I should have, because I wanted to frame, yes, I should have trusted it and I should have taken it. Okay, trust the stronger asset, especially when driver backs it. My learnings for the day. Now let me just show you me telling that I was watching this thing. ESS M3 closure. It goes right here in indices. Yeah, right here. No, this is NQ. Give me a sec. Yeah, I asked Sunandan bhai if he took this. Okay, this is what, a few minutes after 9:30 is 1900 my time. Okay, this is what, like 9 minutes after it, meaning three candles, one candle, two candle, and this was almost like whatever. This is ESM3. This is 9:30. This very closure that I showed you, I was watching this. I asked bhai if it took it. I said it wasn't Achha, I was watching it on MES. It wasn't an intermediate term low. It was actually equal lows right here. Okay, that's why I let it go. And then it reached as well. Yep. So this is me talking about this one. This was my weekly review of past week. The decisions that I took, the decisions that I didn't take, how I could have improved, what I could have done. Yeah, just my recap from my journal. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I'm just learning this enough. So there is still lot, lot left for me to learn as well. But hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna stop this recording.